Somehow, every piece of knowledge that human beings can access came from observation of the real world. All our grand ideas and structured theories are languaged understandings of the way things work. So, things work a certain way, and when you understand that way, you take the pattern from whatever you were learning from and watch as it changes other things. And, to the point where the information itself can evolve. What I'm saying is, if you have a fundamental understanding of the world, you can take that understanding and learn from it. Because you function on the same principles as the world, and therefore your ideas function on those principles as well. Things resonate outward, it seems, and it's all about just finding something that can either bridge a feedback loop between the world and you, or can open the door to it and realize that you affect reality. And that, kind of like if you're laying on your arm when you're asleep and your dream tries to get your attention to it by coming up with some wacky thing, things in life happen to guide you back to where you were supposed to be if you stray off the path. The world is like, this adaptable, intelligent, unbreakable reality. And human beings are little miniature versions of it that are inside of it, yet we have created with our brains an entire visual, auditory, and tactile simulation of what it possibly could be. Because think about it. If you could see what was actually there, it would blow your mind. You know what I mean? The actual objects that exist and the distinction between them and their surroundings is real, but the experience that you actually have whenever you have an experience is something that is processed by your body and your brain and your subconscious values, and then, witnessed by you. You are witnessing your own interpretation of the processing of information that exists outside of yourself. You are experiencing the information as well, but not in the same sense that the information is experiencing itself. You see the sun, but you're not the sun. It's far enough away from you that you can tell that it's a separate entity. But in the causal chain of events, there are no separate entities because we all come from one reality. Now, what's on the other side of this? Well, things resonate outward, but they have a definitive beginning. And so when that thing is not happening, no one's going to say that it is. They won't even know what it is until it does. And the experience that is internal, and this is the big part here, because internal experience is based on the central nervous system and the feelings that people have and the thoughts that are triggered. It's the emotional response, it's the acknowledgement of the information that was presented and the understanding of it. But the whole point of life is to have an internal experience. Computers and inanimate objects don't have an internal experience, but we do. And that's what separates us from non-intelligent things. Therefore, our purpose is to explore that and see the things that lie in the realm of the self, which is beyond the light. You know what I'm saying? It exists in the same world that souls exist in. It exists in the world of ideals, which is what people access when they take high levels of psychedelics. And so, to take a principle that applies and apply it to a philosophy that is derived from something in the real world, and use that philosophy to propagate the collecting of information based on the principle that it applies in other facets of reality built upon that foundation, is, the way that we can learn higher levels of, theory building and stuff.